Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. Happy hump day. Didn't realize it was already a hump day. Let's say hello to everybody and then we'll begin. Good morning, Omar, David, Ivano, W. Wong, Dave, Ed, Armolfo, Deanna, Robert, Manuel, Philip, David, Julian, Vernon, Melvin, Timothy, Tom, Wade. Good morning. Good morning, my peeps. Robert, Stephen, Darren, John, Patrick, good morning. Roddy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Devin, Glenn, Dr. Serena, good morning. Happy Wednesday Fet Day. Charlie, hope you're doing well, Charlie. Richard, Frankie, Jody, Stephen, Michael, Peter, good morning, Peter. Ali, good to see you here. Richard, happy hump day. Angie, good to see you. Henry, the sassy trainer's in the house. Penny, good morning, Penny. I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're doing well, and I hope your knee is doing well. Gaston, good to see you, Gaston. Eduardo, excuse me. Mark, Nathan, Jesse, Eagle Beagles in the house. Virtuvian, Art, Edgar, Laura, Chris, Blair, CJ. Oh, my dogs are having a field day back in the background. Carlos, good morning. Ralph, Robert, Angie, Shannon, Ben, Scampy. Good morning, guys. Carlos, do me a favor. Can you resend me the latest report you have, the latest step by step that you have? I want to. A few people asked me for it, and if you don't mind me sharing it, I want to go ahead and post it in the Telegram channel. Just send me the latest one you have. I know you keep revising it. If you don't mind doing that, please do. Again, only if you don't mind doing that. I know that you told me I could share last time, but we're all in this together. Thanks, Carlos. I appreciate it. No rush. Anytime, anytime. Also, I want to apologize to you about yesterday's VIP room. Hey, Robert. Good morning, Rachel, Carlos, Wesley, Kevin. I want to apologize. It's actually, as far as I can remember, it's the first time we went dark middle of the show. I was at the office. Our office is in Nocatee, and our power went out. Not our power, excuse me. Our power was fine. Our internet went out, and not only did our internet go out, we have two internets. We have a fiber optic, and we have a wireless backup. I think Xfinity or something like that, and also my phone. Not only did both of the internet lines go out, but I couldn't dial out on my phone, which is an AT&T phone, till I got about a mile and a half away from the office. So I think it was something big because I've never had anything like that happen. And I talk on the phone with my phone all the time on my office. Matt can't, but I can. His phone was working. Mine wasn't, but mine was an AT&T. And T. And I think our fiber optics is AT&T. So it's never happened before. I came home afterwards. Obviously, the VIP room was over. I was in a crummy mood. But nonetheless, I'm waiting to hear. Somebody's supposed to go over there before 9 o'clock, and I'm waiting to hear whether it's working or not. And if it's working, then I'll be going to work. And if it's not working, then I will be working from home. Anyway, I'll be working today, but I do want to apologize. I did post my stock list for you yesterday in the Telegram channel. So to make up for my I really didn't have anything to do with it, but I do apologize. It hardly ever happens. Matter of fact, Matt and I were talking about it. I don't remember it's ever happening before. It happened once with my webinar when they were messing with the phones, but that was before we had fiber optic. I've never had fiber go out. Anyway, uh, anyway, that's the bottom line. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys are enjoying this, if you guys are getting value out of it. And also, please don't send me customer service questions. Send me questions, but not customer service questions. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. Also, I will be doing my stealth surge, and I'll be giving you three different stocks than I gave you last time. I'll be doing that at 1 p.m. today. Here's the link for that. And I will be in my VIP room today, either from home or from here. Again, I'm simply waiting to find out at 9 o'clock which way the wind blows. But I do apologize. But I want you guys to know that even if I'm home or I'm at work, I'm completely set up, and it only takes me about 15 minutes to get home from the office. 8 of which takes me to get into my subdivision and go to my house. Otherwise, it would be like a 6-minute drive. But I got you. I got your back. All right. And also, Customer Service Live, the Gustavo and Cam show. You don't want to miss it. Cam, are you there? Gustavo, are you guys here? I haven't seen you guys yet. Let me know if you guys are here, if you guys are doing well. And here's the link, Customer Service Live. Please, please, please. One stealth search stock you gave us did really good. You can name the stock, Philip. It's okay. I'm going to give you different stocks. It was public information with X for a month. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, there's no rush to. No, no, it's all good. I just need to know what's going on. So I'm checking. I'm checking my Skype to see if they're posting anything here for me. But I'll know. I'll actually even let you guys know. I should know before we are off today. I have a T-Mobile hotspot at work. I don't know why I didn't try it, but it's not that fast. It's kind of slow, Robert. I mean, Marge. It's kind of slow. We have one at work. T-Bus uses it sometimes. I should have busted out with it, but Adam left, and I was in a bad mood, and it was already afternoon, and I figured I'll just go home. You know, when you have something like that, the best thing to do is just go home because then I have good internet for another 3 hours in the day, so it worked out okay. Good, good. Want to join your group, but I found that your website has a lot of different programs and confuses me. V Vice, welcome to my world. It confuses me too. I get even confused on the names. I confuse the program names sometimes. All right, folks, let's get into. We got a lot to talk about today. Please post thumbs up and let's talk about it. Let's get into all of the analysis. And remember, I'll be doing a webinar at 1 p.m. today, and I'll be giving you totally different stocks. Okay, why? Why not? Right? You guys deserve some different stocks, and doesn't mean you can't trade the other ones, but why not give you some goodies? I'm in a good mood today. I went to see my daughter. She had a performance. My 11-year-old. I was home by 8 o'clock. It was so much fun watching those kids. It was fantastic. I had a great time, and Rachie, she did a great job. Maybe I'll even post a video or something later in the Telegram channel. All right, guys. So as you can see here, the Dow is starting to get a little frisky on us. I like this. You will also see that this morning. Here, let me show you. It's much better. Sharing is caring, as they say. So you could see this morning that mags are only up 0.10, right? As of this morning on the daily. But RSP is up 0.35. So we're getting a little bit of love here on RSP. What I'm hoping for, it's not an aberration. But with that said, remember, RSP doesn't have the weighting of the technology. So the fact is, there is a strong correlation between Dow, blue chips, and RSP because RSP is equal weighted. So those mega cap stocks, which as everybody knows are tech stocks, don't have that big appreciation. So I like to look at the Dow and RSP together because they seem to be more blue chip versus more mags. Everybody understands what I'm saying here. If you don't understand what I'm saying here, my suggestion is to send me an email and I'll explain it to you. It's not a big deal. But we always look at we don't always look at mega cap stocks. Sometimes folks, the RSP and the mags, they'll be aligned for months on end. For months on end, and we don't have to look at them at all. But right now, we have to that's the only thing I'm looking at because look at the divergence. Look at the equal weighted SPY and look at the mags. It's crazy. And the worst part is the mega caps are so big, they're making the SPY look like it's consolidating. But really what the SPY is doing is this, right? And we're below the 50-day moving average. Now, sometimes we'll bottom out right below the 50-day moving average and start consolidating here and then pop back up. I'd like to see that. I'm not seeing that right now. But I just want to alert you that today, for the first day in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days, 13 days, we're having somewhat looking like a little reversal in the S&P. Now, if you're sending me emails, and I got one this morning, says, Roger, I haven't been able to make much money in the last couple of weeks. My question is, have you looked at the RSP? Are you trading shorts, or are you still trading longs like a rabid dog? Because if you're still trading longs like a rabid dog without a shorts, then you're not listening to anything I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, and B, You're not equalizing your account. If you think the markets always do this and they don't stop, you'll be soon disappointed that that's just not the case. You got to look at the big picture. You got to look at the Dow Jones. You got to look at the Russell 2000, which is also, by the way, keying off the 50-day moving average, right? Which is beautiful, and the Dow is keying off of moving average. So my point here is my point here is you gotta, if you're not making money in stocks, ask yourself: are you in tech stocks? Are you in blue chip stocks? What kind of stocks have you been in? One of the stupidest things people do is this is actually not stupid. This is one of the smartest things people do is they look back at their trades. But when they look back at their trades, they look at individual trades and not what the market was doing during that time. It's kind of like this. You put in 5 trades, the market's making an all-time high. You make money on those trades. So you're like, my trades are working out. No, your trades had nothing to do with you working out. Your market timing was lucky. Then they make 5 trades, the market's bad, but their setup on the trade looks great. And they say to me, Roger, I'm using the same setup, but I can't make money. Well, the reason you can't make money is market first, market first, market first. How many times have I taught you guys that? Market first, market first, market first. Why do you think we spent 45 minutes figuring out what the market's going to do and only about 10 minutes figuring out what setups are going to do? Because if you pick the wrong stock, but you pick the market right, you're going to get a little tailwind, right? If you have the best waves, but you're a crappy surfer, you'll still be okay. But you're for an amazing surfer and there's no waves. What are you going to do? You're going to magically hope the waves come? So do you guys understand what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up button if this is helping you. My point is, you can't avoid these things. You can't think that your setup is going to save you. Your A-line setup is useless if the market's doing this. Capiche? I want you guys to understand, your setup is not going to come and save you. The market is what comes and saves you. So this is why we spend so much time talking about the market, and then we try to find stocks that are outperforming the market or underperforming the market, okay? Hence, look, let me show you. My TC 2000, I want to show you this. Let me dump this here. Look, let me dump this here. Look, stock. Oh, why is this still here? Market, stock, sector. All right. Very, very, very important. Market, stock, and sector. You got to have these. Stock, market, sector. You got to have these. You got to see what's going on. Okay. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, or somebody else you listen to tells you that you don't need to focus on the market, you need to focus on the stock, promise you they're full of shit. Excuse my French. Okay. And it's not because I know better. That's just not how it works. The market dictates what happens next. You know, when you buy a house, how much time do you spend on location versus the house? Location. My parents, God bless my parents. When I was 18, they bought a most beautiful house in a crappy area of LA. And the house hardly ever appreciated. It was the most beautiful house, but it was in the crappy area of LA. It was in North Hills. They bought a house in North Hills thinking it was Northridge. It wasn't. So my point is location, location, location. Market comes first, okay? So today we're finally starting to get a little bit of a rebound in the Dow, and we're starting to see that the Dow is a little bit stronger so far than MAGs. That's really good. Now, it doesn't mean MAGs are not strong today, because if MAGs are not strong today, then that's going to ruin things for us. But MAGs are okay. They're holding on okay. Here's the intraday. They're doing okay so far. They're doing okay. They're not doing bad. But I love the fact that RSP is up 3 times as much as the MAGs. That makes me feel very warm and fuzzy. Okay. Hey, Tim, with the email you sent me this morning, Listen to what I was just saying for the last 10 minutes. Tim, this is what you got to take into account right here. You got to take this into, and by the way, I don't, maybe somebody here can tell me, isn't this like a record number of days in the last like years that we've had down days in the equal weighted SPY without one day above previous high? Think about that. When was the last time you saw that? That's not a strong market. Okay. All right. So let's now get into our analysis. All right. So far so good on the S&P. As far as Fed data today, the market is going to be. We got housing starts and permits. This is important right now. It's very interest rate sensitive, but we also have FOMC. Now, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot. They say since 1978. Thank you, HG. I appreciate it. Yeah, the email, Tim. I'm not. I don't. I didn't want to say it, but I was talking about you this morning. That was because your email prompted me to do this session. So the least you could do is watch what I just had to say because I spent about 15 minutes on it. All right, Tim. But your email is what prompted me to do that. Okay, and I'm not picking on you. I'm just giving you a heads up. All right. All right. Market comes first. And also, what's been going on with momentum levels since that's been going on? How many stocks are breaking out? Let's see. 65, including ETFs. Without ETFs, 51. So equal weighted SPY doing this and hardly any stocks breaking out. How do you expect to make money on the upside when there's no movement? No movement. Look, there's no movement. All right. Right, Penny. You're absolutely right. Oh, God. I cannot. So, and I'll talk more about that. But those are the big reports. And I'll be done with my class by 2:30 because I cannot wait to hear what he has to say. Bond market. You see where we're at? What I want to see is the bond market. See how we came up yesterday? Gave us a little bit of a relief? Not right now. This puts a lot of pressure on the stock market. This puts a lot of pressure on the stock market, folks. It really does. So let's be careful here. Bitcoin's still doing well. It's down today almost 2%, but it has been leading. And if you may or may not remember a few weeks ago, I told you that the sector that I'm keeping an eye on the most and the sector that I think will outperform the market is going to be XLY. Here's XLY, all-time high today. If you guys came here, remember a week and a half ago, I said I'm expecting retail, XLY, not technology, XLY to kill it. Well, we're an all-time high, no weakness at all. As RSP has been going down, consumer stocks have been going, retail stocks, consumer discretionary has been going straight up. The question is it going to remain there? Okay. So momentum levels are subdued. Bond market's in the crapper. Ideally, what the Fed should do today is stand on its sword, fall on its sword. They're not going to do that. He's going to give you some nonsense, and I am getting the popcorn out. So that's that. Just go. Crude oil sitting right at the 100-day moving average. I can't make heads or tails of this, but energy stocks, some of the biggest energy drops are dropping like dogs. The energy sector is not. Keep an eye on this, but there's a lot of confusion right now because they don't know if the escalation in the Middle East is over or not, or what's going to happen next. Good morning, Cam. Good to see you here. Speaking of Cam, Customer Service Live, the Gustavo, Cam, and Chip Show. There you go. Yeah, data-dependent bullshit. Excuse my friend. Oh God, I can't wait to hear what he has to say. If he starts saying if we will inflation, it'll get better, I'm gonna slap him virtually. U.S. dollar is flat, actually a little stronger on the cash, so it's not weakening. It's not weakening, and that means gold weakens. And what about bonds? Bonds lower. U.S. dollar getting some strength. U.S. dollar weakening. You've all seen this song and dance before. Carlos says, I'm officially joining Powell's quest to think positively about retail because if he can stay optimistic, so can I. Yes, of course. Of course, Carlos. We'll all just pick a minute and do the kumbaya, the Powell kumbaya dance, like this. We'll do the old rain dance with Powell. I mean, what a moron. For somebody in his position to say something like that, I mean, whew. If they did that during Greenspan, they would have a hearing open on this guy. Yeah, XRT, XLY, and XLP. That's right. I did. It was December 2nd that you said, watch this week, XRT, XLY, and XLP. Yes, and XLP was leading. And XLY was leading. And I said, XLY, I believe XLY will continue to lead. So it's been 16 days since I said it, and XLY is still leading. So China I mean, I don't even want to say anything. I think I'm just going to keep showing you this picture. Do I need to say anything about China? Is there anything that needs to be said? Oh God, I have too much fun with you guys. All right, volatility. So we broke yesterday through, and usually when we break through, we tend to traverse all the way up. There's an air pocket here. What I'm hoping is that now this is going to stay elevated till Powell talks. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't know what will happen. Larry says, Roger, I wish you would speak here. Oh, you never have to worry, Larry, about what I'm thinking. I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking. Life is too short. Life is too short. No, not range bound. I'm actually looking at the 15 level, and I'm hoping that as the day continues, as the Fed lowers rate. Look, we all know that most of the time when the Fed lowers rate, the market rallies, okay? So we could expect a little rally today, but I think his forward-looking statements, unless he's a complete buffoon, which now that's a possibility too after what he said last time, because he hasn't. And I gotta give him credit. He spins it. I wish I had the ability. Now here's the funny thing. I'm talking about the head of the chair, the Fed chair, a guy who should have no spin. Okay, I only wish, folks, I could spin data as well as Powell. If I had, I mean, I would be so much smoother if I could do that. I can't spin nearly as well as him. And this is a guy, I mean, think about Greenspan. He had no spin. I have zero spin. Powell, the guy who has supposed to have no spin, has more spin than anyone I've ever seen in my life. He'd be the best car salesman in the world. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. It's an adjustable mortgage. It's adjustable rate on your car. But if you think about it, it'll get better and rates will go. I mean, that's what he was saying to America. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yeah, Heather, you're right. Just range bound. So we're either going to start picking up heavy or we're going to be dropping. If you guys want hints, keep your eye on the bond market all day. And so far, it ain't looking pretty. Remember, if we break this level, we don't have support becomes resistance. And a lot of it will have to do with what Powell says. We are at a very interesting point right now. And the bond market is driving the stock market right now. You see this right here? One of the reasons RSP has been going down is because of this. Interest rate sensitive, right? Okay, so we all know that right now. It's not, Jen, it's not about the rate cut. I said he's going to lower rates a quarter of a basis points. It's what his dumbass is going to say right here at the press conference. This is what everybody's waiting for right here. I wish Hassett was the head, or Kalamiris were in his position, or Glassman. I only wish. Anyway, these are the levels. The bond market and Powell is going to dictate. Please, please, please don't go taking. And it is, Jen. It is baked in. Please, please, please don't go taking huge positions before the announcement today. Please, please, please don't do that. Let me check if they have an update on my internet. 1 second here. Okay, let's see. Okay, internet is good. All right. Big thank you. All right, internet is good to go. When his term expires, I think in 2 years. Yes, the forward guidance, Jen, is the big problem. That's the problem. Yeah, so my internet is good. I'm happy. We're happy. Everything is good. Everything is kosher. We're going to keep an eye on volatility. We're going to keep an eye on the bond market. Folks, seriously, all day long, take TLT today and keep a little TLT and volatility on your screen. Yeah, he did. He Carlos, I don't like when people piss on our leg and tell us it's raining. And Powell did just that last time. All right. All right. Momentum levels. Now we're getting into some serious stuff. Let's put all the jokes aside, guys. No, he can't be replaced early. He can't be. The president can't fire him. Let me give you a link. I'll be talking about 3 brand new seasonality stocks. I know you guys made some money from the previous ones. I'll be giving you 3 more different ones. Why? Why not? I love you guys. I want to give you some new stuff, right? Only the best for you guys. And I'll be in my VIP room at noon today. And please, let's keep things nice today. I'm in a good mood. I saw my daughter perform yesterday. I'm in a great mood. I'm happy. I give you guys good trades when I'm happy. Don't, I'm in no mood for disharmony today. No weird emails, no weird comments, no passive aggressiveness. Please, let's not do that, okay? All right. So, we're finally at a point where we don't want to be. I want to show you guys this. That's funny, Heather. He's not leaving. He's not leaving. He was asked, "Are you going to leave? Can the president fire you?" And he answered the question twice, and he was 100% correct. The president has absolutely no power to fire him. Even though Trump will keep telling you that, he doesn't. He doesn't. He has no power to do that. He has no power to he has no power to stop laws. I mean, the executive power is very limited, guys. He can get, with Congress if they're and Senate, but the executive power is very, very limited. It's very, very narrow. All right, let's forget about Trump for a minute. Let's talk about important things. We have less than 50% of stocks trading. We have less than 50% of stocks trading now above the 50-day moving average. So if you guys are asking, how come my longs are not hitting it? Because 48% of stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average. How can you get movement to the upside if your stocks are trading below the 50-day moving average? How can you get movement when any stock, not S&P, any stock, there's like, say, 3,000 big stocks, say 1,500 big stocks. Only 51 stocks are making 90-day highs, quarter highs. How can you see upside in your stock? Do you see why I explained to you? Your stock is a little child inside of the parent who's still pregnant, and the parent is the market. And do you guys realize the pregnant mother can dictate everything that happens to that child? That's how stocks are. This is why we spend so much time talking about all the things that impact the actual stock market. I can't tell Biden anything. He wouldn't remember. He wouldn't remember what I told him. His memory's completely done. I will even ask, not yet, Jeff. They have to start coming down first. All right, not yet. Come on, guys. We got 469 people here and only 162 thumbs up? Nah, that can't be it. No, we got 164 thumbs up. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. And let's get to 500 people. I know a lot of people are starting to go on holiday, but let's. I'm taking no position before the announcement. Yeah, don't. Please don't, Rich. Or if you do, make sure it's a day trade. Yeah, he won't remember anything I say. Anyway, there's no stocks breaking out. Folks, that engine, so the engine right now is the lowest it's been this year. This is the lowest momentum level we have seen this year. Oh, yeah, it is. It is. It is. That's not good. That's also confirming this. Yeah, here. That's also confirming this. Where's the equal weighted SPY? We're below the 50-day moving average. But Roger, the S&P is just a point away from making all-time high. How could you say that? Yes, 7 stocks are. The rest are in the shitter. Now, what about performance? Let's look at performance. Look at the number of stocks in the look at the number of stocks in the S&P 500 that are above the 50-day moving average. Folks, I hate to say this, but we are actually in a fairly bearish environment right now. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see how many stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average? No soup for us. How about Russell 2000, 1000? 44%. Small caps are holding on. But look, this is the top 100, 1,000 stocks. The top 1,000 stocks. This is like the S&P 500 for 1,000 stocks, 44%. NASDAQ 100, 50%. NASDAQ Composite, 53%. That's a problem. That's a car, folks. That's an 8-cylinder car that's barely running. What's leading still? Hey, what's leading? Let's see. Communication services, followed by infotech, followed by consumer discretionary. Mags, mags, mags. Mags, mags, mags. So, folks, be really careful. We want to see this number right here above 100. We want to see this number here above 60. The last time it was above 60 was last week. Hasn't been to that level. And we want to see the 200-day above 60 as well. But this is not great. Folks, let me just tell you this. The difference between the S&P 500 and market internals right now is the worst it's been since I remember. In other words, you have the biggest difference between the mags and regular stocks that I've probably seen in my life. In my life. I've never seen 12 down days on RSP with mags going higher. So you're really seeing a most beautiful box on the outside. And when you open the box of chocolates, you've got worms. That's what we're seeing. It's not you open up a box and the candy's a little rough, the chocolate's a little rough. No, you're opening a beautiful box and you're getting a bunch of worms inside. And if I could make it even uglier, the mental picture for you, I would. You understand? So please understand where I'm going with this. All right, let's put everything together. And I'm spending a little extra time on it today because I want you to be aware how crappy the market is looking right now. So you guys know how much I always focus on internals, right? So imagine you're listening to some guru right now, and he's just looking at this, and he's going, no. The S&P is fine, folks. We're really close to making all-time highs again, and we're above the 8-day EMA, and we're above the election VWAP, and they're not even talking about the RSP. They're looking at that box of chocolates from 10 feet away. If they get closer to it, they're going to start smelling rotten stuff inside. Okay? So don't look at this right now. Look at this right now. Do you guys understand why I spent today? The reason I'm kind of circling the same thing is I want you to understand how important market internals are. And if you don't follow market internals, then all you would be seeing right now is this. Does this look anything like this? No. If you were to look at this, you would probably say, I would say right now, 75% of stocks are trading, 80% of stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average. But when you look at this, you're like, what? What? I can't believe that. So it's a really great example today because I've never, ever seen the divergence so bad. Okay? Maybe not chocolates, maybe meat. You see a beautiful piece of pork. I love pork. I'm a Jewish guy who likes pork, right? I should pay for my sins, right? But I love pork. I love anything with pork. It's imagine seeing a beautiful piece of pork and then you come closer and it's just rotten on the inside. That's what's going on with the market right now. This is why I spent so much time on market internals, and you should really pay attention today because if any day takes the cake, today's a perfect example of why on the outside something looks so beautiful like this, and on the inside it's just pure ugliness. Okay? Hopefully you guys are understanding that. Let's see how the stocks are doing. Let's see how the bond market's doing right now. Bond market's breaking down on the 5-minute below the VWAP all night. It's real close to this line right now. What about stocks? Let's see how stocks are doing. RSP up 0.40. Mags still up only 0.2. Only up 0.2, and RSP is still up 0.40. Let's see what the report says. And again, I'm kind of going a little bit off the reservation today, but it's important because of what's going on. Housing starts, they're low. Yeah, lower than expected. But permits. This means that folks who are building homes are expecting rates to go lower, and so am I. But it just hasn't happened yet, but I am expecting it. So permits are actually better. This offsets this because this number's not that bad. It's within consensus estimates, but this number's better than estimates, so it offsets. It's not bad. Let me just take a quick look and see how Lennar is doing. Hmm. Rallied a little bit on this maybe, but nothing really crazy. No news here. All right, so let's put everything together. All right, let's put everything together now. Investors are looking ahead to the Fed. Wall Street's three main benchmarks closed in the red yesterday for the first time in a while. All of them closed in the red yesterday. Um, yeah, it is. It is, Jen, but be careful because I don't like momentum levels right now. Heather says, oh, thank you, Heather. So does my brother-in-law. I don't know what that means. I don't know about your brother-in-law. Let me know what you're talking about, Dave. Is this the end of the year window dressing? I think so. As a hermit, okay, much swear to hoy. Carlos, I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds interesting. Bonds are totally in control and volatility. Hit the thumbs up button. We're about to go through our stocks. So Humana, I gave you this as a bonus, I think, a few days ago, or maybe not. I've been giving out so many stocks, I don't really remember anymore. But healthcare stocks are not doing that great. Humana and CVS. You were asking me about CVS the other day, whoever was, very bearish right now. Marvell lost 10%. That's a chip stock. And Broadcom lost, they kind of undid what they did with the earnings a few days ago. And here, I'm doing this for myself. I'm not even doing this for you. I want to see what SMH looks like. We'll get into that in a minute, but I wanted to take a quick look. Strong today. Okay, good. That's positive, at least. That's positive. Pfizer climbed 4%. Tesla, they keep getting upgraded and upgraded and upgraded. Interesting. Jewish and loves pork. Yeah, I love pork. Yeah, not Orthodox, no. I'm a big Jew that loves pork. What can I tell you? I love pork. Friend's mom drove my friend and me home. My mom would have a big pan of bacon cooking. Oh, I love bacon. Are you kidding me? Don't get me started. Don't get me started, guys. I'm a huge pork. I love pork. Like I can eat pork all day long. I know it's awful, but hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, guys. So by the way, who made money in the VIP in the pit on Tesla the other day? I gave you guys Tesla yesterday. Let me know if you guys made money on it. If you made money on it, give it a thumbs up. Economic data: U.S. retail sales climbed a little bit, but they beat their consensus by a hair. Core retail sales did not beat consensus. The report was okay. Industrial production unexpectedly fell. Manufacturing rose, but less than expected. These reports were so-so. They weren't really bad. They weren't really great. They weren't a catalyst. What we need is a catalyst right now. Oh, Rich, I love pork shoulder. I love it. I love pork shoulder. What can I tell you? Oh, good. Rich made money. Philip made money. Dave made money. I can see the huge Tesla unsold 50,000. I know, Ralph. I don't like Tesla, but momentum, you know? I think that's a great thing that so many people do not eat pork. It leaves me more that it's who you know, Tesla. Yeah, I don't like Tesla. I don't like Musk. I have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with Trump, but I do have a problem with Musk, and it's not political. It's all business. I actually think he's great in politics, but in business, I don't like him, and I don't like the company. It doesn't mean I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to trade it as much as I can because what I think and what we trade have no relationship to each other. Okay. Of course, you guys made money. It was too fast, Martin. I'm sorry about that. Martin, if you kept it for another 2 hours, you would have just made twice as much money. No, I got to check it out, Carlos. You got to tell me about that. Oh, pork strip in Puerto Rico. This is interesting. Oh, Cam, by the way, guys, Cam, Chef Boyardee. If you guys don't know, Cam is Chef Boyardee. You should see some of the pictures that he posts in the members area. Amazing. All right, enough. I'm getting hungry now. Uh, the prospect of inflationary import tariffs proposed by Trump administration may cause policymakers to reconsider the pace of future interest rate cuts. It would be kind of funny if Powell threw Trump under the bus and said, "Well, we were going to do this, but we're not going to lower rates because there's tariffs." It would be so funny if he did. I don't think he's going to do that, but it would be so funny if he did. And no, it's not Trump. Powell knew about this tariffs for months now, like we all did. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of Elon Musk. I don't buy it. I don't buy what he's selling. We got earnings on Micron after the close. Very important. This is a very important semiconductor stock. We've got earnings on Lennar Home. God only knows what they're going to report. General Mills already came out with earnings and they disappointed Wall Street. I know that because I cheated and I looked before coming here today and I saw that it was down about 4%, but I really didn't see anything happening to Micron. And Micron is right at the 200-day moving average. I'd love to see a breakout, and I love this volume. Micron, folks, is a very instrumental. Yeah. Oh, you should see his pictures. We have a channel. We have a foodie channel in our Telegram, in our Slack, and Cam, God bless him, he is Chef Boyardee. All right, so let me post some links for you guys, and then we'll go further in this analysis. Here is customer service live. Maybe Cam can give you some cooking tips. I'll be on at 1 p.m. with all new 3 stocks. I'll be doing in my last Stealth Search seminar. I think it's the last one, and then price goes up. And then I'll be in my VIP room hanging out with you guys at noon today when hopefully the power does not go off, or I'll be really upset. Yeah, drop a pic. Drop a pic, please, and I'll post it. Let's see here. Yeah, drop a pic, Cam. Cam is, I can even probably share foodies. Let me see foodie. Let me see. Let me find your last. Here we go. Here's Cam's. After 12 hours of tamale steaming, it's now time to enjoy homemade Sunday breakfast. This is the kind of see, Cam. This is why I want to move to where you live. Maybe you can cook for us. All right. Building permits came out and mixed. I mean, permits were a little weak. I mean, new construction was a little weak, but permits were strong. I always focus on the permits because permits are always telling you what they're thinking ahead. Okay. We got crude oil inventories today. I don't think crude oil inventories are going to have a huge impact on anything, but be careful. My suggestion is try not to trade or initiate trades unless you're day trading before the FOMC announcement because we just don't know what they're going to say. Europe is up a hair. Everybody's waiting for Fed decision. China, I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to show you where China is. They're right here. To me, I think they're going to drop all the way here. My dogs are going crazy again. Reuters reported on Tuesday that Beijing intends to set an annual growth target of 5% and increase the budget deficit to 4%. Good luck on that. I don't think it's going to happen. My internet went out yesterday too at 3:45. Huh? Interesting. Very interesting. Japan closed lower, tracking overnight losses on Wall Street. Everybody's waiting for the meeting today. As far as stocks to look at, Expedia, which is an interesting stock. I like Expedia. It's also consumer discretionary and a transport stock. You understand why it's a transport stock for obvious reasons. Bill Holding advanced. These upgrades by KeyBank and Bank of America are just not that significant. I prefer to see a company upgrade themselves and preferably not during earnings. We don't really follow WOR. We don't really follow HEI, but we do follow PKG. This was a big stock about a year ago. So Jefferies upgraded these 3 stocks, and they're not tech stocks. What's really great is they're not tech stocks. So I'm really hoping that we get a little upside from that. All right, let me give you guys levels. So we're still well below 265, the level that I gave you right here, I think. I don't remember. Do you guys remember when I gave it to you? Somewhere around here, somewhere around August, We have not been able to break that level, but we do have an ascending trend right here. Let me make it easier for you to see this. See, it's got a nice little ascending pattern to it. So I'm hoping as the price will continue coming here, creating support and finally break out above this level. Oh, I had that last night, Raymond. I had ham infused with maple syrup last night. Leftovers from Thanksgiving. We froze the ham from Thanksgiving. I had it last night and it was fantastic. Okay, so no action on semiconductors. We've already talked about RSP. We've already talked about RSP, and you guys see we're below the 50-day moving average. The first thing I want to see is this break above the 50-day moving average. SPY, regular SPY, which I'm really not focused on right now at all. It means very little to me right now, except for like the day trading intraday stuff, but it's breaking the 8-day, but this is completely being driven, and I like the volume here, but it's being completely driven by this, by MAGs. So you might as well put RSP and MAGs and just kind of watch them together right now. And that's it. NVIDIA, let's look at NVIDIA real quick. Right at the 8-day EMA. If it comes down, we got a target of 100-day EMA. Price is going up. This is coming down. And notice we couldn't make an all-time high. That's why I never trade pullbacks to the upside from stocks that are not making all-time highs. You lower your win rate at that point. And the fact that NVIDIA is going down is not really great for the Dow Jones because, as you all know, it's been now part of the Dow Jones. What about IWM? Up 0.85 this morning, bounced off the 50-day EMA. I'm hoping that the Dow today, the things that you guys want to watch today is the Dow Jones, Russell 2000, RSP, MAGs, and their relationship, and most importantly, the bond market and volatility. I'm telling you, it will set the tone. And keep an eye on the 15 level and whether we break the 16 level. I'll draw an extra line here. Here. Right there. 16. So are we going to break 16 and go to 17, or are we going to peter out and then start coming down? If you start seeing this around this area or lower as the announcement goes, that's good. I don't know if IWL, no, I think right now RSP's leading. RSP's leading, which is good. IWM, let's see, or at least it was. No, I think you're right. Let me look here because this morning that wasn't the case. Hold on, let me take a look. You may be right. Yeah. You are right. You are right. Yes, IWM is leading, which is really good. Which is really, really good. But look at SPY up 13. Look at RSP up 43. Look at Dow up 32. Mags up only. Mags are down. This is the first time Mags are down while RSP is actually up. First day in 12 days. So I'm saying we got to really be careful today. What's VIX doing? I showed you the VIX right now. It's right here. And I'm looking at it intraday. You should be looking at it on a 4-day over 2 months. Here. Here's how I'm looking at the VIX. 4 hours, 2 months. So I get to see the full picture. If I want to get a really good picture of support and resistance, but I don't want to look at daily, I look at hourly to 4 hour charts. It doesn't matter, half hour, 4 hour, and I look on a 2 month basis or a 1 month basis, and I get these granular levels here. I don't do it a lot. I only do it to find turning points in assets or critical levels of support. Okay. Glad I closed Apple yesterday. I told you, you got to close those longs. Not a great time to be long. All right, so you guys have a very clear picture of what's what right now. Cam says we used her mom's recipe for tamales. She was famous for them. All right, guys, one last time. 3 stocks. Ready today at 1 p.m. VIP room at noon beforehand. We will all go there from the VIP room. Whatever Powell says today, they will say different in the following days. Well, we'll see about that. And Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show. Let me post that for you guys here. Don't forget, they are very vital to us. And most importantly, they actually are competent with customer service. I'm completely incompetent. Here, Customer Service Live. Dave, you missed the close those longs. You didn't you missed it. Let me ask you guys, what have I been saying about long positions for the last 2 weeks? Markets are losing momentum. Be careful with taking new long positions. Lower your exposure. Dave, do you read my Telegram channel? I've said lower your exposure on longs, lower your exposure on longs like 100 times. Let me ask you guys, is Dave the only one? I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I'm communicating effectively. For anybody who's been here the last several days, as I've been going through this exercise, have I been talking about close the longs, long exposure, be careful to the long side? I want to make sure it's not me that I'm communicating effectively. So have I been making it pretty clear that the upside is very, very dangerous by showing you momentum levels, how there's no upside, how hardly any stocks are breaking out, how RSP is going down, how we have a huge divergence? Angie says, I've been short and shitty all week. John says yes. JNS says yes. Robert says yes. And most cash in both my brokerages. Did I tell you guys cash? Not a good time. Very challenging market ahead. Yeah. You need to pay attention better. If you didn't get that memo, you need to pay better attention. Daily, very clear. Karen says, I've been day trading because of your warning. Yeah, don't put it on me. I've been like, and if you missed it, watch the replays. I've been talking about it daily. Yeah, Dave, I've been saying it every day. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not challenging you. I'm just saying I've been pretty clear about it. Momentum levels, the number of stocks making higher, how there's no upside momentum, how there's no driving stocks, how Mags is driving, how RSP's been going down. We've been doing it every day here. Yes, but could have knocked on my door. I've been waiting on tariffs to trade. Just kidding. Mostly cash. We all learn. Okay, good. So let me give you stocks that I like to the long side and short side. And as I said before, lower your exposure. Even my last pit trade I gave you guys, and I'm not going to mention it because we're still in it. I said small size, small size. All right, stocks to the short side. A line right here. Put the anchor here and make sure we're below. It works the same way to the downside too. Look at volume increasing. NOC. Be careful. We need to break this line here. I keep drawing this, but we need to break this line, 471 first, which means you could now, you could still trade LMT. You could trade this one instead. And look, volume is supporting this down move. Volume is increasing. Have you guys started looking at volume more since you've been following me? Let me know. I'm curious. How many thumbs up do we got? We got 522 likes. I mean, watching. 238 thumbs. Nice. Watch. Be careful. Gold is breaking down. Visi. You guys remember this stock? Nice breakdown. Good. 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 See this? Volume, CCI, Texas Instrument, chip stock. Be careful. We got Micron reporting after the earnings today. Right at that level. Look, about to break that level right there. This is the year to date VWAP right there. If it breaks this, that means everybody who bought between the beginning of the year and now is losing money on Texas Instrument. We're right at that line right now. That's a pretty powerful thing. Adobe, volume. AMD, another chip stock. It's not a good sign when you have Texas Instrument and AMD breaking down and Nvidia not participating. That means that AI rally is over. More downside for AMD, volume supporting this move. Look at the volume bar on the down day versus up day. Big difference. All right. Long side. What sector am I still focused on? The same sector I've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. The sector that just made an all time high yesterday. Consumer discretionary. What stocks do I like? Wow, look at that. BIRK, Microsoft. I would wait for it to break that level that I just drew, Parker. I drew the level and I put an arrow to it. And I said it has to break that level. Rewind the video. Here's the link to the video. Just rewind the tape and listen to it. It's all there. It's all there. If volume is above the 200-day volume, I don't look at the 200 volume. I look at 50 days. 200 is way too much. I like 50-day. 200 is way too much. Microsoft is still looking good. Maybe good A line here potentially. Let me set an alert here real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Business comes first. Microsoft, Visa. It'll be very interesting to see what Visa happens today with Visa because Visa likes higher rates. Visa makes money on higher rates. Let me set a VWAP. I mean, 8-day here too. I hope you guys don't mind. It'll just take a second. You guys don't mind when I set alerts, do you? Okay, there we go. Visa, I like. Shopify. I've been hot and heavy on the stock now for a while. Remember I told you I like financial tech stocks. Let me just set a little alert on Shopify. Uh, There you go. Good. DBX, Dropbox. I like Dropbox. Let me set an alert here. QFin. I don't even know what the hell this stock does. What is this? Financial services. Interesting. I bet you the options are not that great on it, but I'll set an alert because it's not that expensive of a stock. Pressing down. AMA. I know what Richard is doing right now. He's doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Heat. And DKS. I got to take a look at this. Yeah, it's starting to look good. I just got Matt a gift certificate from there for Christmas. Both he and I love sportswear. It's all we wear most of the time. It's comfortable when you're trading. All right. So the short side, CNC and LMT, Gold, Visi, CCI, Texas Instrument, Adobe, AMD, long side, XLY, Burke, Microsoft, Visa, Shopify, DBX, QFin, EAT, DKS. Square, let's take a look at Square. Square actually looks great, but let's see. Okay, so what's the problem with Square right now? What's the problem with Square right now? I just asked Carlos to send me a new one, Scott. I don't think I can multitask and go back while doing this in real time and post Carlos's document for you. I'm not a ninja. I know it seems like sometimes, but I'm not a ninja. Well, volume is going higher. Volume is supporting it. I just gave you the answer of why Square is not ready. Guys, all right, you guys haven't figured it out yet. See, a lot of guys are not paying attention. What was the all-time high for this stock? Right here, right? We draw a VWAP right there. Look where the VWAP is. Is VWAP above this level? Yesterday, before the VIP room was shut down, I gave you this example on Trade Desk. And I showed you why Trade Desk was not ready yet. And I showed you that if we put a VWAP, we have to be above this level for a breakout. Because once we break out of this line, everybody who bought from this point on is making money if we're above this line, which we're trying to get above. That's why I said TDD is not ready. Look where Shopify is. I drew all-time high. I drew the VWAP. Not Shopify. Shopify is ready. Look where Shopify is. See that? But what was the stock we were just looking at? It was, what was the stock we were just looking at? Square. Look at Square. It's got resistance right at the VWAP from an all-time high. I'll even go right here or right here. See that? You wanted to wait for it to break above this level. The A line has to be above the VWAP from an all-time high. Otherwise, right now, everybody here is losing money till we break above this level. That means all these people are losing money right now. That's a resistance level. You want this to be the support, so you want this to break out. Okay? Very, 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 very important. All right, guys, I got to, well, Philip, then you didn't look at what I said. We bounced off of this. Right now, it looks like we're breaking out, but if we break down right here, that'll be a pivot, and that'll be a downside pivot, and that'll be a resistance area. So what I told yesterday, if everybody, if you want to buy TDD, wait for it to break above this line. Remember yesterday? I told you wait for it to break this line. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Have a fantastic day. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. I will talk to you guys later. I'll be live at noon. Here's the link. VIP room at noon. I will be live with 3 new seasonality stocks at 1. And if you guys need to reach customer service live, which I highly recommend you do for all your needs, this is where you go. Bye, guys. Have a fantastic day. Let me know how you're doing. And please keep in mind, this is what's controlling the market right now. And yes, I've been telling you to cool it with your long. I've been telling Richard since last Friday, Thursday and Friday, you need to start getting out of your longs. You need to start getting out of your longs. You need to start getting out of your longs. I've been telling all of you, you got to watch the upside. We're very vulnerable. We don't have a lot of momentum right now. I've been saying it now for a week and a half, and now less than 50% of stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average. We are officially in a bear market right now, okay? I'm just giving you heads up. You got to be careful with your longs right now. You have to have more than 50% of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average to be in a bullish market. We're not there right now. Bye, guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.